Hey Melissa, I hope you're having a good day. I just finished your video. Really enjoyed your insight. Um, First of all, I just want to say thank you for being honest and opening up about how you were a little bit confused with the psychoanalysis piece because me too. And I also agree that how in the world would you even apply this in a school setting? And that's how I felt reading the chapter as well. And then when we got into chapter 2, and then I was able to listen to the lecture, it made a little bit more sense, but I completely agree. A little bit confusing, but I think you did a fantastic job. You brought up some really good points, some points that I hadn't really thought of. We did choose the same option, option 1. And in the beginning, you did recognize it wasn't psychoanalysis. Completely agree. And the pattern of a person's life is set by 5 heredity and environment influence that influence them about what they're going to do. So I know that we're going more towards the Adler theory here. When you started talking about the video, how the client was more like her dad, and we read about psychoanalysis, that the relationship between the relationship that you want, like girls want with their dads, but then it came back and she talked about how she had a better relationship with her mom. And something that I did recognize too was she mentioned that she had an hour and a half long conversation with her mother too, as well. And so I thought, oh, well, she must have a really good relationship with her. I do agree that she talked about her kids a lot. And like you said, that was her motivation. Her motivation and her drives were to help her kids, and it seemed healthy. It's true. I liked how you brought that up. That she's definitely on a healthy path. She mentioned how she would like to guide them now, but then and then have them grow up to be successful on their own or develop into their own people. I love how you touched on her ability or her capability of loving. You recognize that she has love for her kids and her parents, but she's not ready for another committed relationship, which I agree, because I also noticed that in the second session, how she talked about that maybe one day down the road she'll be ready for a committed relationship, but maybe not right now. You mentioned, like in his first question was, where are you going? And you brought it back to the text and how it aligns with the philosophy. And how she is motivated to support her kids, but then also back off a little bit, where they can eventually develop into their own people, and that was a huge motivator. I also like how you brought it back to your own personal example as a mom, because I agree too. If we go through anything in life, when it comes down to it, we just want to be whatever our children need, but we also want them to be successful, and that's all we want. We want them to be independent, successful, and happy. So I agree with that. Overall, I think that you are spot on. I agree with you that this is definitely an easier theory. Adler's theory is a lot easier to understand, and I can definitely see it being more of a modern use rather than Freud's theory, just because that's a little bit outdated. But you brought up some really good points. I enjoyed listening to you so much, and I can't wait to hear from you next week. See you later.